tip number 4, we're going to discuss more about DNA. So DNA, you'll hear me say this a lot, that DNA is our blueprint, but I like to think about it like a recipe book. And that recipe book is going to contain all of the protein recipes that we need to make our protein. So remember that protein synthesis is describing protein, our production of protein. And DNA is responsible for all, in our cell, it's responsible for all of our cell parts to know what to do or to carry on the life processes for us. So let's review the structure again. Remember that it's a sugar, a phosphate, and an organic base. And they come together, the organic bases come together, and they make sort of like the rungs of a ladder, if you will. And the sugar and phosphate then create the sides of the ladder. So the two sugars and phosphates, remember it's sort of like this. We have a base here, and then we have some kind of sugar, okay, whether it's deoxyribose or just ribose, and then a phosphate bond, which that they share with the next one below it, okay, and so on. So this would be a sugar, and this would be a base, and so on. And then on the other side, we would have the same thing. So it creates this long chain or like a backbone, and then it gets all twisted up and looks sort of like a ladder. The bases of DNA are adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. Now, I'm never going to probably ask you to name those, but I think most of us know those from previous learning anyway. And they go together in a certain way. And if you look back at this one, you'll see that, you know, cytosine always combines with guanine, and thymine always goes with, adenine, and so on. So that's the way it's put together. And again, I'll go back to that. We want to understand the concepts of it. And it's important because when we're caring for people, we need to understand what's happening at the cellular level. So these collectively represent the 4 different types of DNA that we have, and how they're arranged are called nucleotides, and sections of them represent certain molecules. So the function of DNA then is our genetic material, directs our cells' activities, and when cells divide, the DNA replicates itself so that we have an exact copy of the recipe book in each new cell. Okay, so if there's an error in the DNA, then that gets copied as well, so that all cells contain the same thing. We hope there's never any error. But so what we want to make sure is that everybody has a copy of this recipe book. It's housed in the nucleus, and it's got all the instructions to build our body proteins.